Welcome to the Transportation Sales Tax Program, also known as Roadwise. We're here every week on this station, and we hope that you'll join us. Today we have a special program. We are at the Black Expo in North Charleston, at the North Charleston Coliseum, and there are exhibits after exhibit. But the main thing that's here today is Charleston County Square, and we're going to take a walk around the square and introduce you to many of the employees of Charleston County and the good things they brought to the public. Well, we're here with Steve Dykes, and he, of course, comes from the Economic Development Department, and we've interviewed him before, and he has lots to say. What are you telling the public today?
Well, we're trying to use the Black Expo as an opportunity to inform many of the citizens of Charleston County about all the things that County Council does in support of economic development and in support of job creation. Among those things, we have 3 websites listed on our brochure where people can look for job openings. Wonderful,
and I know that economic development does a lot to help the transportation movement, if you will, but all the work that the county's doing or on behalf of transportation, a lot of work is being done in that area, but it supports what you do and you support what they do.
That's absolutely right. There's a lot of synergy between what the county is doing to build roads and move people around with our ability to get companies to move here and be successful.
We've got to talk about that some more. Thank you. Here is really a good exhibit. It's one that my office is working on. That's public relations and media relations for Charleston County's Transportation Sales Tax Program. Jamie Brown is the young lady I'm going to be talking with for just a second. And Jamie works alongside of me in many projects, especially one of them here. And the one project that's really your heart is which one?
That would be the Inland Rice Fields Traveling Trunk Program.
And what is there about it that you like?
Well, before construction of the Palmetto Commerce Parkway, they found remnants of an ancient rice field, so they took action to preserve that, and this is part of the preservation effort.
Who was on that rice field? Because it's a plantation.
There were ancient rice was found, and that was created by slaves brought from West Africa.
And so rice comes from West Africa, or at least Carolina Gold?
Carolina Gold, yes.
And in the traveling trunk and we've talked about this before, but in the traveling trunk there are a number of things. Just name a few that the children will come to enjoy.
The fanner basket and the miniature mortar and pestle, and then the actual rice samples. There's the Mancala game and the African djembe drum.
How's this going for us?
It's going really well. It's in 3rd grade classrooms in Charleston County. We expanded to Berkeley and Dorchester School District 2.
Congrats. Kennard Chapman is here with the Public Works Mosquito Control, and how long have you been working at this?
I'm on my 9th year.
With Charleston County and this same department, Mosquito Control?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what are you saying to the public today?
We're trying to tell them how to keep the mosquito population down in their yard, things they can do, and things they can also buy and keep it down. And telling them our services that we also do.
Is that a big problem in our county still, or do you just want to keep it under wraps?
It can become a problem. We also want to keep it under wraps. We want to get to the problem before the problem worsens.
And so you've had some success, I would imagine. What have people asked you about today more than anything else?
About the heartworms. We have a heart from a dog that had heartworm, and a lot of people are interested in that.
What are heartworms?
Heartworms are like when worms in the heart of animals. And we let them know they can get the medication from the dog so they won't have to worry about it.
And where do they get that medication?
From the local vet, anywhere like that, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Talking with Chris Wanamaker now, and he is with one of the county departments. As a matter of fact, it's Public Works Stormwater. What is stormwater?
Stormwater is any rain that falls and hits the surface and runs off.
And what do you all do about it?
We manage it. We try and keep it clean. We keep everything out of it that's pollution oriented.
Because it would go into the ground and poison and that kind of thing?
Not only to the ground, that's actually a good place that it would go. We try and keep it out of the rivers and the streams and the estuaries, closing shellfish beds, closing the beaches because of pollutants.
So every time it rains, you are concerned about where all that water is going?
Absolutely. Any kind of runoff, any construction activity that may have open disturbances in it, and may have pollution of concerns on the site, we watch very closely.
What kind of questions are the public asking you?
The biggest one we get is probably, where does our $36 a year fee go? And the best answer to that I can give is we put feet on the ground every day to ensure that we keep pollution as much as we possibly can out of the system.
I bet they were satisfied, weren't they?
A lot of them did at least have an understanding. I said, you don't have to like it as long as you understand it. So,
thank you for keeping us safe.
absolutely.
Andrea is with the Planning and Building Inspections Department for Charleston County. And you must have been getting a lot of people here. I saw a number of folks around your exhibit. What are they asking you?
People are really interested in what planning is and how we are working with the county and what our purpose is. We're really about future planning for what the county is going to be like. We deal a lot with land use and development, new development. We've had people that have been talking about what their zoning district is, that sort of thing. And then also for building inspections, Cindy's here talking about flood zones and flood insurance, which is really impactful for our county.
And what is a flood zone? What does that mean?
The FEMA has national insurance flood maps out, and throughout the entire county there's a number of different flood zones. There's an X, which isn't considered a flood zone, an AE and a VE, which if you have a mortgage lender, you're required to have flood insurance. So we're here to give out information and help people if they're having issues with flood insurance, to maybe give them some ideas on how they can get their rates cut, give them some different stuff. We've got literature here on different natural disasters, flooding, earthquakes, just know your route and your risk.
I heard somewhere that premiums were going up for people who live off of deep water, in deep water sections. Is that true?
That's all of the policies had have to pay us an additional fee in order to build up our reserve and stuff. So all policies automatically went up a small fraction. The Bigot Water stuff is still in flux. We do not know where it's all going to shake out. There's a new bill that the Senate has passed, but the House hasn't. The House has passed another bill, but the Senate hasn't. So we still don't know all of the effects on Bigot Waters.
Is part of this because FEMA spent so much money recently with Katrina and all those other projects and concerns?
I'm not sure on it. I'm sure it does have some impact. Our flood insurance that we're paying out damage costs keeps rising each year. We were just at the conference for hazard mitigation. I was just there this past week, and one of the great things that we've found is that the County of Charleston, we're a participant in the CRS, Community Rating System. We're a Class 4, and we save the flood insurance premiums for the citizens of Charleston County over $4 million a year.
Well, I'm one of those citizens, and I surely do appreciate it.
And we keep working hard, and we're going to try and get a better rating if we can and stuff. We've got a lot of stuff that we do in order to improve it for the citizens, to cut down their risks and help their premiums go down. And even if you're not in a flood zone, because of our participation, if you carry flood insurance, you can get a 10% discount on your policies. So we're helping all of the people of Charleston County throughout get policies reduced. We're here to help with their flood risks, trying to get premiums lower, and anything we can do, we're here. All you have to do is ask.
Boy, do I like this group. They're saving us money. And we're glad that we have that standing with the federal government, and they're very nice to us. Thank you so much. Now it's time to talk about human resources, and I have a young lady who I bet knows a lot about it. One of the things that I'm curious about, and I've asked most of the folks in this area, is what is the public saying to you about human resources?
Basically, what they're saying about human resources is that they are looking for work. Everybody's looking for work now, and we're actually helping people to find work. Right now at our table, what we're doing is advertising the fact that we do have job postings. we do have applications and encouraging people to actually use our online facilities as well. In addition to that, we're letting people know how often we update the information. You know, this isn't something that's just done once a month or anything like that. We update weekly, and jobs are available. That's the important thing that people need to know. They are available.
And I imagine these jobs are with Charleston County government?
Yes, ma'am. We are a Human Resources Department for Charleston County government and all of the entities. Yes, ma'am.
So what kind of response are you getting when they hear about jobs?
Well, a lot of people are picking up the applications and taking them with them. A lot of people have stopped by to talk about our summer youth program that is headed up by Dr. Patricia Henley. It is almost time for that to get started, and you would want to talk to her about that. But yes, they are looking for work, and they're excited. They're excited to see that something's available.
We're happy too. We're happy to hear that. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
Carl, you're here with Small Business Enterprise, and you've been with this part of Charleston County government for quite a while. What is Small Business Enterprise?
Small Business Enterprise is for businesses that are owned by individuals who meet a certain criteria. Primarily, they have 51% ownership of the business. The business doesn't earn more than $7.5 million annually, and the small business owner is in control of the business itself on the day-to-day activities.
What can you do for them as this department, as Small Business Enterprise?
We provide a variety of services. Our main function is to provide small businesses competitive opportunities for contracting with Charleston County government. In addition, we help them with their business development so that they can increase their capacity and do more with the resources. We provide business training to them and networking opportunities for them so that they can meet their peers and as well as make contacts so that they could develop business opportunities.
What kind of questions did you get from the public today?
It ranges the gamut from where do I start, if I want to start a business, who should I contact, how could I, if I got a business, how could I have opportunities to do business with Charleston County, to where do I go to find out about a legal structure of a business, to even things as crazy as I heard there are grants for to start a business.
Well, I don't know how nutty that is, but a lot of people are looking for money for startup. What do you say to them?
Well, for startup, there are some tools available in the area. For starters, I always make sure that they know what it encompasses to run a business. So we ask them to meet with the folks from SCORE, who are located in the Lonnie Hamilton Public Birth Building off of Leeds Avenue. We also ask them to get in touch with the Small Business Administration to see what business tools that they can provide to them to help them sustain their business.
Were you pleased with the questions that you were asked and the number of people who came up to you? I saw quite a crowd over here earlier.
Yes, I was pleased with their business. We appreciate everybody who stopped by and to see us and ask questions, and basically just enjoy this opportunity to, in our case, we're showcasing the Charleston County different departments in an area called the Charleston County Square. And it's been very busy here, and it continues to be. So we're just enjoying ourselves and receiving the public, and whatever questions they ask, we'll respond to them.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Talking with a buyer for the Charleston County Procurement Department, and this gentleman has been at this for a while, haven't you?
Yes, I've been with Charleston County for almost 2 years now.
And what do you do exactly?
I actually go find the products and the services that the end users, each different department that I support, want or need for their area.
And do you go beyond South Carolina or Charleston County, or are you just working within the county and within the state?
I do work with Charleston County, but sometimes we do have different companies that have come in that are out of state. For example, the food service at the detention center. That was one of the projects I got a chance to handle, and they were, I believe, out of Florida.
And you try to get the best buy you can, don't you?
Yes, ma'am. We try to get the best buy we can. I look at it, that's my money, and I'm trying to save it too.
What kind of questions did the public ask you?
Well, usually they want to know how they can kind of get started or what they need to do to try to be able to bid on one of the projects. A lot of times I'll refer them to our website and tell them to look at that, or if it's also been advertised out there and they have questions, then sometimes they might need some clarifications on the specifications that's out there or what they need to submit.
So if someone is interested in getting in touch with you, I imagine they can just go to the website and find you under procurement, or what?
Yes, they can. They can go to our website, which is www.charlestoncounty.org. They can go there. They can view the open solicitations that are out there. We each have our different buyer codes, different solicitations, and they can see who's the point of contact for each project.
So these people that you would want to get in touch with you, in fact, would be folks who either have a business and they want to sell you a product, or is it something else?
Sometimes there's different people that do try to come to us and they say, well, we have this product or we can do this service. A lot of times we might have to refer them to the actual department who takes care of that or has that. And then they in turn, depending on the dollar amount, either will take care of it themselves or put it on their purchasing card, or if it's over a certain dollar amount, then that's when they get to come and go through our department and the procurement department, and then we go through a formal process there.
How did you enjoy Black Expo?
Oh, I loved it. This is my first time being down here. Even though I'm working, I'm still loving it. I'm really loving it.
Well, thank you for talking with us.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Boy, this can't get to be any more Charleston County than the Election Commission. That's how we get to operate and to function, because of the persons that we serve. And it's nice to know that you're here today. What do you think of all of this? Is it your first time?
No, actually, this isn't our first time. This is the second time we have been to this event. We are actually here in conjunction with the Charleston County office from the State Election Commission office, providing voter outreach and education dealing with the new photo ID laws that went into effect.
I was going to ask you, what are you telling people as they pass through your exhibit or by your exhibit? And apparently it has to do with the new regulations. What are you saying to them exactly?
Yes, ma'am. We're talking about the new photo ID requirements that went into effect as of January 1st, 2013. People who have voted in the past with their driver's license or ID card issued by the DMV, the voting process has not changed for them. The photo ID law has actually opened up some other photo IDs. A federal military ID containing a photo is now acceptable, along with a passport card. We also have the ability to take photo ID, photo voter registration cards for those folks who may not have one of the other qualifying IDs, or simply just want that photo voter registration card for their purposes. But they just need one of those. They don't need that photo voter registration card in conjunction with one of the other acceptable photo IDs. They just need one or the other on election.
Are you getting the message out, and have you met with many people today?
Yes, ma'am. We have been getting the message out. We've actually taken, it looks like, 11 photos so far today. We'll probably double or triple that number by the end of the day.
All right, that's great. Congratulations. I'm going to be talking with someone who's with Charleston County EMS, Emergency Medical Service. And it's not a part of Roadwise, but certainly it's one of the other exhibits that's in this area. You are Mr. DeFleece, or Corporal DeFleece?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're with Charleston County Emergency Medical Service. What do you do, and what kind of exhibit do you have here today?
Well, I'm a paramedic with Charleston County EMS, and what we do is we provide all of emergency medical services for Charleston County.